Tim Petrowich of the Daily Republican here with Marion Head football coach Kerry Martin. Playoff week number 1 this week, and coach of Decatur MacArthur Generals will be here in Marion Saturday night. First, as normal, let's talk about the regular season finale, the Heron Tigers. Pretty good ball game, county rivalry game, and you were able to pull away in the second half.
It was a good game, and I knew they'd play us tough, and they had a lot on the line, and Coach Carnes and his staff had them ready, and I think the biggest change in the game, I think the momentum change off the turnovers was probably going to be the biggest factor, especially early. They were playing very well early, and they had us down, and our defense created a few turnovers, and I think that was the big difference in the ball game. And then we were able to settle in and do some things offensively.
We talked after the game last Friday. They did a pretty good job of shutting down your spread offense, but you were able to take that change of pace that you've run so well this year and use that to your advantage. And I think that proved to be a difference at the line of scrimmage because you started to wear them down as the game went on.
We did, and I think we were making a lot of mental mistakes in the spread stuff too. We were making some blocking assignment mistakes and some footwork mistakes, and nothing major, just a lot of little things. And I think the change of pace at least simplified things a little bit for our kids, and we've got to learn from that and go back a little bit and make some adjustments in our preparation and our spread set, because we made just a few too many mental mistakes, and they played very aggressive against us, and we had to go to the change pace offense. And again, like you said, it worked for us. We settled in, and I think we warmed down a little bit.
A lot of people see Marion as a passing team. You completed 2 passes for 19 yards last week.
Well, it's easy to get into the spread offense, and I think some coaches get obsessed with the spread offense, and they start to worry about numbers, and quite frankly, we're just mostly concerned about winning. And we tell our kids every week, some weeks we got to throw it to win it, and some weeks we got to run it to win it, and some weeks we got to do a combination of both, and whatever it takes, we're going to do, and we're prepared for a lot of different scenarios. And we felt like at that time, much like when we went to it in the Carbondale game, that it was time to try something different, and the kids have a lot of confidence in both offenses, and the change of pace was what we went with this week.
4 backs with 50 yards or more. Shaquille Ivey and Holden Reel had really good games last week for you.
They did, and it's different people every week stepping up, and Shaquille came in and did a nice job. Aaron's McFadden's very steady for us, and Shaquille came in and really gave us an extra burst, and Holden came in and did a tremendous job filling in for Zach Irwin, and broke a couple of long runs that were big plays for us, big momentum changers themselves, and did a great job blocking. So it's great to be able to call upon someone else when you've got an injury or you need some pick-me-up maybe, and have a kid like Shaquille or a kid like Holden Reel to step in and do such a good job.
Saturday night, Decatur MacArthur. First of all, talk about the fact that it's Saturday night.
Well, we have got so many things, so many factors go into these game time decisions, and what time we're going to kick off. And of course, there's a volleyball regional here, and it takes place early in the afternoon on Saturday. And then we also have one of our kicker, Colton King. He'll be at a soccer tournament, hopefully with a victory on Tuesday. He'll be at a soccer tournament on Saturday, and we're confident that he's going to be playing in that, and he'll be able to get back for a later kickoff. And then, quite frankly, we just enjoy the evening atmosphere. It's something our players are a little more accustomed to playing under, and so that's kind of how we came to that decision. And we look forward to a big crowd and just having a great home atmosphere again.
Generals come from the Big 12 Conference. You're a little familiar with that conference. You played Mattoon a couple of years ago in the playoffs. They're 6-3, but 6-3 in a tough conference like that is a pretty good statement.
Yeah, records are overrated sometimes, and I've been in a situation. I've been a 9-0 before and played a 6-3 and got beat. That 6-3 was a Bloomington Central Catholic, who was a very good football team, and their 3 losses had come to very good teams. And I look at this team kind of like, I tell my players, we got to evaluate this team as they are on the field, not by their record, who they've played, and their playoff points. And I look at this football team, and they've got some similarities to some previous opponents of ours. They're very athletic, they're very aggressive, and they're talented. And thank goodness we play a good, strong schedule and a good conference, and I think it's prepared us to play a team like this in the playoffs, but we've got to play well to win.
They mix it up pretty well. They've got the conference's leading rusher, they've got the number 3 passer in the league, and they've got 2 of the top 5 receivers in the league, so they can spread the ball around and do a little bit of passing and running.
They can. They've got a lot of weapons, and The running back looks very good. The quarterback's had a good career there, and so it's not one thing you can settle on and stop. We're going to have a really good defensive performance, and we've got to score some points and take some pressure off our defense. And then, as I've said all season long, our special teams has to come up big again, as they've done all season.
You mentioned they're similar to a couple of your opponents. You want to tip that hat?
They remind me a little bit of Cahokia. I think their aggressive style, especially on the defensive line. I think they've got some good linebackers, and just their size and athleticism on defense remind me of a Cahokia. And I've mentioned that to other coaches in Southern Illinois or Central Illinois who've played them, and they feel like it's a pretty good comparison.
What do you have to do? I mean, obviously you want to execute, but is there anything you think you can exploit, or something you have to worry about within this game?
Well, I think the main thing we've got to do is, we've got to try to find a balance of running and passing and try to keep them off balance. And I think that's going to be a big factor for us. We can't let them settle in and make us one-dimensional. We've got to be able to threaten them in a lot of different ways. And that's what we plan on doing, is trying to come up with a game plan as we're developing that's going to put pressure on the defense, not the defense put pressure on us. And so we've got to, do some things, maybe a few wrinkles here we haven't shown yet that, will help give us an advantage. But we've got to make sure that we don't let them be on the attack.
You've been getting healthier as the season goes on. I think the only real question mark is Zach Irwin. What's Zach's status for this weekend?
Well, I think Zach will play. I just, it's early in the week now, and I think he'll be able to play. I think he says he feels better this Monday than he did last Monday, so that's a good sign. I think the swelling's gone down some. It may be something that's going to be a nagging type injury that is going to have a little bit of a problem all season long, the remainder of the season. There's no weeks off now, and everything's a big game, and so we're going to try to keep Zach on the field and keep Zach in the game plan, but also be able to use Holden and Shaquille also as well. So.
Super atmosphere last Friday night, and I'm sure you're hoping that carries into the playoffs.
We are hoping so, and I know that that's a big boost for us, having our home crowd, and the atmosphere was just outstanding, and we just appreciate all the components that go into that, and we're looking to do some things this week to make it even better. But we just hope also some other area playoff fans will go to their local games and then come to our game on Saturday night to watch us play and just continue what we've been doing. And I look forward to Saturday night and the atmosphere that's going to be here.
Well, I look forward to seeing you Saturday night.
Sounds good.
And a few Saturdays after that.
I hope so.
Marion Head football coach Kerry Martin for the Daily Republican. I'm Tim Petrowich.